Hello, everyone. So I am the lead Realm Alpha dev. I'm called Koopa around these parts, and I have two of the other devs here with me, and we're gonna talk about our main villain, Chainlock. I've posted so many crappy things about him. Not like talking crap, but like I've just dismantled him as a threatening villain because I've drawn him as an anime girl. I've drawn him as like it's like I've like gone very horrible
Don't
in this
forget with the
stuff.
Santa hat.
Oh yeah, cute chain lock with Santa hat.
I
Bro, I was
still have that
forced into
downloaded.
that one. Yeah, it was horrible, man.
We
And
don't.
then there's the other side of me drawing pictures of Chainlock tearing someone in half. And that's kind of what perfectly describes his personality. But before we get into that, let's introduce our other two devs. We have Suki. He has been here a little, I don't know how, he's been here shorter than me, I guess. I don't know.
It's been about a year, hasn't it?
I think
Nah,
so.
I joined. I think it was back in November, right?
I think so, around that time. Or maybe a
No,
little before.
I think it was October. It was October.
All right, yeah. So I was on the team the longest, or I am on the team the longest, and Suki pretty much came in second along with Nifty. But
Hello.
we'll get on to the mascot in a sec.
We don't talk about Ender.
Ender, he is the other lead dev, but he is more of the dev that's like cheering on from the side while I do most of the work, and he's like completely, and we're both completely fine with it. So Suki, introduce yourself. And like, what do you do here?
Suki. I joined. Like I said, back in October 2021, and I am a lore writer for Realm Alpha. So far, I'm working on a total of 5 characters that I'm probably going to have their clan name in game be the Bleeping Undead. I guess now on to the mascot.
Hi, I am Nifty. I am the mascot of Dead King Studios. I really don't do much except for moral support. And if like I see something that I have an opinion on, I say it. So like abilities or characters, like if I see something that can be added or improved, I say something about it. And that's literally all that I do.
All right, so let's start with our main villain. What are your guys' thoughts on Chainlock?
Dookie, do you want to go first?
I want to say a specific word so bad.
Same.
The only way I can put it without cussing is just he's very cool.
He said mild cussing is fine.
Oh, he's a badass.
That's the exact word that I was gonna use.
Like, seriously, some of the stuff that he has done is just utterly amazing.
The lore of Chainlock. Literally death incarnate.
Like,
But
we have had to fight against this thing in D&D, and my god, he is a badass.
so let's talk about like specifics of him. He is 7'5". So he is a massive dude. Like he is very tall, very imposing. Why does he have the Jimmy Neutron look right now? Like he is super fat. Bro looks like Jimmy Neutron. All right. Now it looks like top finish. But like so he is 7'5". He weighs roughly 567 pounds. And he has extreme anger issues.
Troy, I see you.
Bro got called out.
Bro, Boyd is in here.
Oh, his fins are really short, but I don't care right now. Alright, so let so half the stuff he's done is like he's an actual genocidal maniac. in the sense that he has literally just annihilated entire races just because he can, and his whole personality is he's just a force of nature. Like there's no physically stopping him in a fight, as in he's stronger and more powerful than literally every other character, and you're gonna have to like figure out a solution other than just punch him a lot because he's gonna punch you harder and he is faster than you. So that's just kind of our basis on what he's like.
I have a feeling that this game is going to be really fun and really challenging too. Like having to go up against something that completely outclasses you is just horrifying, and needing the skill and capabilities to do it just sounds so fun to me.
We don't talk about the difficulties that me and Koopa have talked about.
So our hardest difficulty, our idea is one where you can't die once, or you have to restart the entire game pretty much. And
So like it's hardcore Minecraft.
pretty much, but all the enemies can pretty much one shot you, but your reward for completing the game is like a really good skin.
Nah, I feel like if you only have one life, it shouldn't be the enemies can one shot you. It should be that the enemies are smarter. Like instead of
That's actually a pretty good idea. We'll stick with
like
that.
it's like how Halo used to be. Instead of giving them like 5 times the amount of shield and times 10 the amount of damage, you just need more skill to kill them instead of them just having all of those overpowered buffs.
Yeah, that's really good. Good idea. See, that's why you're still alive right now. I mean, you're still on the team.
Yay.
Yeah.
So, so let's talk about the basement chase.
I'm not
Oh
forced to.
no, Koopa, don't do it. Do it.
All right. So, Nick completely brought this up. I want it to feel hopeless when you see Chainlock. He's not the main villain, actually. Shatter is. Shatter's our next episode on this.
I forgot about Shatter.
How dare you?
Bro, he's like, okay.
How
We'll
dare I'm
talk about
offended
that.
by that. Shatter's like my favorite character, bro.
I don't know. My favorite character is probably Bloodlock currently.
Bloodlock. There you go. We'll get to him near the end of the episode. But one of the main idea, like one of the first times you encounter Chainlock, is you're in like this botanical lab in the basement, and you're like trying to turn the lights on. Now you're able to turn on the first generator, but then you start to hear heavy metal footsteps just rushing around the halls, and then then you start hearing him come after you, and his chase theme is like the scariest crap you're gonna hear, and it's like a horror game at this point, and you're gonna turn around and you're gonna like get the crap scared out of you by how fast he is for how he looks. Like he is remarkably fast.
Okay, so maybe
So
something you can do with that scene is when you turn behind you to look, it kind of like a Foxy from Five Nights at Freddy's scene. Like you can just see him full force sprinting towards you, and then he kind of picks you up by the throat and slams you against a wall.
so what I plan is you only see his eye during the chase. You only see his orange eye, and you just pretty much that's all you can go off of, or you have to listen to how close he is by footsteps. I don't know why, but I'm gonna draw Chainlock with a sword. That just sounds dope.
That does sound pretty dope.
All right, so Suki, when were you first introduced to the idea of Chainlock? Like,
Back when I first joined the group chat in October, I learned about Chainlock by reading through the message history written by you and Ender. I learned about both, I think it was Chainlock, Shatter, and one other character. I don't remember who it was. And it was like, I knew that
Was
Chainlock.
it Macron?
Oh, yeah, right, Macron. I forgot about Macron.
You forgot about the main character of the game.
But yeah,
Bro.
shut up. Yeah, I just knew at the time, whenever I first got introduced to him, he was just supposed to be this intimidating giant metal demon.
Yeah. Imagine seeing him in real life. Again, 7'5".
No.
Like you're gonna be looking up at him. Like a 6 foot tall dude not gonna even. Okay, I screwed up on that arm. But when I was making Chainlock, and I'll show the first designs when I can.
Oh God.
But like his first design was like a porcelain doll mask on a terrifying robot.
I hate it. Ugh, I hate dolls.
And that's pretty much what I thought, like a very calm demeanor with him. But the more I thought of him, what would be more terrifying? Everyone's like always thinking, like something like a creepy doll, like a quiet, doll would be like super the scariest thing. Scariest thing is something loud and intimidating, roaring as it's like charging at you, full force.
It really depends on what type of scare factor you're going for. If like you're going for the brute force scare factor of having to run and hide from this thing that can absolutely wreck your world, or you can have it to where it's something that is calm and quiet and you have to really pay attention for, and it just boosts your anxiety so much.
And that's kind of what I did with Shatter is the calm, quiet side of him. And so, okay, I'm just gonna change it to him in a doorway. I guess I don't know. I'm just going along with whatever looks cool.
Yeah, that's a mood.
So with Chainlock, my whole perception and my idea of how he's gonna work is basically the idea of he is death itself. Like the lore behind him is he's an incarnation of death, and like his whole goal is just to annihilate humanity itself and just everything that lives. I'm sorry if you hear me screwing around with my tablet and you hear like the noise of it connecting, but
We do.
all right, great, I'm good at this. So
It ain't too loud.
how he works is he pretty much just Shatter's the main villain in the sense that you fight him the most and you get his character the most. Chainlock's not meant to really be a character. It's more of, again, like impending doom. And I kind of got this idea when I was watching Adventure Time, believe it or not. What was it, The Lich? And pretty much
Oh
how,
yeah.
and I love the idea of a villain where, no matter what you do, he's going to come back. Like, he's not going to stop. He's relentless. And, that's Chainlock. And, we'll talk more about his relentless nature of
Well,
coming back from death with Bloodlock.
okay, so you said something about the harder difficulty, right? And how that's you're basically going to be one-shotted, or we're going to take my idea and have them be more skilled. What is that going to do to Chainlock?
I think Chainlock is not going to change too much. Again, you're not going to be in a fight with him till the very end of the game because
So
pretty
then, would it make that fight harder, or would he
yeah,
just
it would
stay the
probably make
same?
him the difficulty would pretty much just be a realistic interpretation of what a human versus Chainlock would be like. As in, he is going to be so fast you're barely going to see him, and you pretty much just got to learn to predict his movements.
Okay, but that would be insanely unfair because every time you would
His
die, you
movements
would
are not
have
going to
to
his
restart the
movements are
game.
not going to be very, wild and different. Like you're going to be able to track them, and that's just it's not going to make the boss harder. It's going to make it a lot more different in the sense that you got to play it completely differently than how you did before to be able to fight him.
Kind of like a new, fresh experience over the old, same old, same old.
Yeah.
Maybe that should be like the one and only checkpoint is when you have to fight Chainlock at the end.
And I didn't say there was absolutely no checkpoints. I said it's pretty much you're gonna restart the whole game, as there's a checkpoint every like 4 or 5 hours.
Okay, that makes it a little bit better.
Yeah, I may be a sociopathic masochist, but even I wouldn't do that. Go
Yeah.
through, but so just that whole idea of him just being this relentless force of death and destruction. Well, Shatter, he's just more of a evil person. And he's not even like you can understand why he is the way he is, but you got to play the game to figure that out. And again, he's just this looming force of deadliness that you got to you know, just got to run from till the end of the game where you're strong enough to even face him. Now, let's talk a bit into the lore. I'll tell you guys this now. I've written a 17-page Word document on the lore of pretty much Chainlock. So, well, let's bring it into these guys and say, so these guys have all made contributions to Chainlock's design. Like, let's start with Suki. Suki, you can tell them what you kind of worked on with helping me create him.
Oh God, it's been so long since I worked on this.
Yeah, I don't remember either.
Yeah, back in my day when I used to have a Samsung, I was actually contributing.
Back in my day, used to be able to go into a store with $1 and come out with a bag of candy. Nowadays, they have cameras.
Dude, that sounds just like my dad, too. I'm like the oldest person here, and it used to be that. Like you used to get so much for cheap, and I grew up in like the early 2000s, so it's not like back in the 60s when I grew up, but like in the early 2000s, like you could get like a freaking great PC for like $300. Like it was that great, and nowadays kids will be like, well, I don't know, got to pay like
Oh,
$2,000 for an RTX gaming PC. That's
yeah.
that's totally a scam. It's not like I have one.
Yeah, that's why we always hear a fan in the background.
Probably. So Nifty, again, his whole job is basically me coming to him. What do you think of this? How could I make it better? So he probably contributed the most to, working on his character. Because his design, I pretty much completely handmade his design. And we'll talk about that soon enough. So how did Nifty contribute to, the creation of this thing?
I I remember helping out with Bloodlock a little bit. I don't remember much about Chainlock. Um, I remember helping out a little bit about Shatter. What did I help out with for Chainlock?
You pretty much gave.
I remember one thing I tried to do for Chainlock.
But let's go into the lore.
Yeah.
Let's first talk about his face, because that has a lot of. His mask is probably my proudest achievement in the design. I think it's the best design I've ever made for his face. Is this? Because I just have to start on this. Scar across the forehead. This pretty much came in late, but during the Civil War, like he gets involved in the Civil War, and only to annihilate both sides in the end. But in the end, he gets shot in the face, like shot right across the mask, and it gives him that scar. And he can't really heal his own mask, so it's just there. And just has a scar across his forehead. And this is one of the later things to come into his design for his mask. Before he didn't even have the scar on his forehead, and like if you look into the earlier art, you could see. And how that came to be is pretty much I kept drawing that scar on his forehead, and I'm like, it kind of needs a reason to be there. So I'm like, so then I kind of and I was writing the Civil War art type thing, and I'm like, yo, that's how he gets the scar. Dope. So Suki's been on the lore document the most, and he has seen me working on that thing. And
I've also seen you trying to scream at me to get out of it while you were working.
because half the time you wouldn't even do anything, you would just stare. I could feel your eyes.
I was trying to copy and paste shit, but I couldn't download the extension that I needed.
All right. So let's talk about his one eye. Let's do trivia. Let's see if Suki knows why he has one eye. You can't look at the lore doc.
Dude, I don't remember.
Nifty.
I have a headache as is.
Okay, I never once looked at the lore doc, but wasn't it because he was blown up?
No.
Oh,
That's,
I might be thinking of Bloodlock.
Bloodlock was. I won't get to that, but okay. Real reason so chainlock origins. Let's just start with that because that's so chainlock before he was a psychotic demon was a psychotic serial killer. This is starting to sound more and more like William Afton, but he was a serial killer similar to Jack the Ripper. And one day he gets caught and the police are chasing him down and he gets his eye shot out. Like someone shoots him directly in his right eye. And that's where this like crack and scar comes from and why he's missing his eye. And he gets shot up and killed, and then the Shiri, or what the Shiri is a completely different thing. The Slack, which is a weird way to say it, but it's a mechanical demon thing. The other incarnation of death, pretty much comes to Chainlock before he died, and it's like, yo, let's make a deal. You're dying, and I need a host. So if you become my host, you won't die. And so Chainlock takes the deal, but he knows it's clearly a scam. And when the demon tries to like completely kill him and take over his body, Chainlock in his complete ballsy move stabs himself in the chest to kill this demon because the demon was inside his body, so he just like stabs himself, and it kills him in the process, of course, because stabbing yourself in the chest is not very healthy for you. So then later, like 100 years later, pretty much, his body's all decomposed. The demon pretty much releases all the energy that was stored up inside its dead body, and this energy manages to bring him back to life. And at this point, he's pretty much just a pair of arms and a torso. Like he is completely rotted away, the rest of his body. So he then takes the mechanical body of this demon and fashions himself a suit of armor out of it. And that's where you get, our magnificent, robotic, demonic death being Chainlock. Did you know that, Suki? Because you're on my lore document so much, you should know.
Again, I never looked at the lore document once. I really need to.
I haven't
Dude, it is the most unnecessarily long thing you will ever read.
Koopa, we don't talk about the time where I was literally half the lore doc with like 5 characters because of how long I read their
filled
lore.
up the lore doc with such unnecessary lore.
Dude,
it was so detailed.
It was unnecessary. Like I have detailed lore, but his was like unnecessarily so.
Yeah, it was like I was trying to write a fucking book.
This guy would stay up until at least 3 a.m. doing lore.
4.
Vor.
Bump
He's
I
against
a
an
said at
outrider.
least Suki.
4. Oh,
Shut up.
you also got to remember, I also played Grand Summoner during that time, like an addict.
Ah, yes, clearly the signs of a great work ethic.
I still have mind grades just thinking about those nights. And now I'm rewriting them because Koopa worked on something in the lore doc that gave me free room to.
But I think you should keep a lot of that for shading. That looks really cool together. Like, especially the eye.
I can shade the eye later. But, so, pretty much, his lore is, he was literally too ballsy. Like, he was too angry to die. To stay dead, pretty much. And,
Why
yeah,
does
he
that
comes,
sound so familiar?
it's a literal meme, you idiot. It's like, local man too angry to die,
Mm.
You know what I was just thinking of? This is
What?
completely random. I was thinking of, like the Universal Studios Megatron. Like that dude who gets in like this suit and like talks in the
Yeah.
Megatron voice. There was a kid flossing and he just looks down and like Megatron in the most serious voice yells, "Are you doing the dance from Fortnite?" I just thought of that.
Why did you think of that?
Because I was thinking of Chainlock in that same situation and how he would
Sherlock would
respond.
kill the kid.
Chainlock would literally be like, "Is that the dance from Fortnite?" And the thing is, the kid didn't even respond to Megatron. Like he just kept doing it and
Bro,
didn't even.
Chainlock would literally, no remorse, tear the kid's spine from its skull.
Then take out the rest of Universal's part. Let's be
Yeah.
honest.
Bro,
Let's be
Chainlock would
real.
enjoy his time at Universal Studios. I feel like
He would
Chainlock would
enjoy
like.
his time and then absolutely demolish it with the snap of his fingers.
It'd be like one of those movie scenes where it's just the characters causing pure carnage with like a happy ass music in the background.
Yes.
This is just random lore, but Chainlock has a favorite song.
What is it?
Thunderstruck by AC/DC, imagine.
I'd say that's Shatter. Shatter, he constantly has like pumped up kicks playing in the background as he walks around.
Yeah,
Like I could see that with Shatter.
oh, I can so see that.
But with Chainlock, his absolute favorite song is The Sign by Ace of Base. And he just like listens to that constantly.
I forgot I have LED lights in my room. Like I constantly forget that I do. So when I'm not, when I'm just too lazy to turn on my light, I'm like, oh, right.
Bro, so yeah, just imagine Chainlock. I saw the sun. And he just sings that, while like ripping someone's face off. He loves his job as the Grim Reaper.
Imagine him singing that shrimp song, like coming it as he just rips someone's spine out. It's just like as he rips
I
someone's.
saw the sign. It opened up my eyes. I saw the sign.
Got a Dragon Ball Legends notification.
They're playing Dragon Ball Summons or something like that. Granted Summons as if we're talking about this. So you can probably hear them like clicking.
I'm not even doing anything. I can't switch tabs. Oh my god!
We
Get out of
can't
here,
switch
Dragon Ball.
tabs.
Dragon Ball Legends, get out of here. Leave
Dude,
notification.
I told you.
Leave. Thank you, notification. Go.
Alright. There's our basic line work. It's great, isn't it? He doesn't have the spikes on his armor. But, so his lore is basically he just decides to become death itself because he can.
We should do a contest that is like, so obviously put it on the Twitter and everything, and have an art contest, and whoever can draw the best chainlock, or just like the 10 people who can draw the best chainlock, can get like a room in the campaign that you have to find with just pictures of the
Their
art.
That could be a form of gallery room, I feel.
Yeah.
I'm down. So yeah, let's make that an official challenge. Do best art for a chainlock you can.
Let's go.
All
This
right.
is why I'm here. This is the only reason.
I want to see Nifty how he would draw a chainlock because he has a very unique art style. It's crap. I mean,
Wow.
I shouldn't be laughing. I can barely draw a circle.
all right. Here's how I color: duplicate layer, and then I can just fill in on the bottom layer. So
Yeah, I'll draw my own version of chainlock.
just to enter into the contest.
I'm not coloring it though.
And you lose.
Nerd. Worst one.
Oh, my Xbox Live is expiring tomorrow. Don't cut the
Ooh.
money to replace it.
What the hell did you do?
I can fix it with the power of magic.
With the power of friendship.
Look at that. Pure magic. I'm Jesus.
You dare say that in front of Hobo Jesus?
Hobo. No jokes. You guys wouldn't see his face, but he looks like Hobo Jesus, and that's his nickname.
Like, Suki is like, think of a hobo Jesus in your mind without a beard, and then you got Suki.
So, random dumb crap I've done with chainlock. So,
You mean other than his criminal record?
oh, let's take a read through his criminal record.
Telling the judge to go F himself. That was Shatter. That was Shatter.
Shatter. Let's just do a quick interjection. Shatter has the biggest potty mouth in all of Rome Alpha, but he can't talk really, so it's like garbled radio. But like he has like the worst potty mouth you can hear, in the sense that he like tells everyone to go screw themselves, and they'll think he's like saying hello casually.
Hello.
The day that we do Cinder is the day that I die.
All right.
Suki, you can only die when you have our permission.
So I kind of did
die.
this fun little thing where I like did prisoner records for all them villains. So prisoner number 1273, Chainlock, arrested for, let's do this, mass genocide, the murder of the chairman of the Protectors Council, 1,006,789 accounts of arson, 188 war crimes committed, 12 accounts of breaking the Geneva Convention, 127 accounts of grand theft auto, 173 accounts of child endangerment, illegal possession of cocaine, horse ketamine, and some mushroom it quote found, 69 accounts of assault, resisting arrest, 5 police shootouts, assaulting an officer, 1 unpaid parking ticket, speeding in a school zone, 123 accounts of vehicular manslaughter on said school zone, pissing on a sacred religious temple, flipping off the judge, shitting in a public park, domestic abuse, mass punching of orphaned children, pissing on the Macron family grave, taking a shit in front of the court judge, called the new chairman's mom gay.
Dude, no joke. In the middle of detention. Actually, no, it was in school suspension. I was literally just dying reading that.
Why did you have in-school suspension?
I don't know. It was weird.
Or probably for not going to the witches class.
We don't speak of her.
All right. So yeah, that's his criminal record. It's just the most extensive and unnecessary.
And then we just have Ripper.
Ripper is like Chainlock's like dog, pretty much. As in, it's this massive robotic demon, and it was arrested for illegal possession of weed.
And that's it. It's like you got Chainlock over here committing like 3 war crimes a day, and it's just Ripper has a legal possession of what was it, weed?
Weed.
Dude, I sneezed so hard during that, it felt like just an entire bullet shot out of my nose. Like it hurt.
That's glorious to hear.
The day that we do Shatter is the day I'll be happy the most.
We can probably do him tomorrow. Oh, that sounded worse than I meant. But so no, I've just done so much random things with him because he's literally just so serious, but it's just so fun to take him, like not take him seriously. One time I got bored, and this was pretty recently. I'm doing a comic of him like completely annihilating the entire cast of My Hero Academia because like they pissed me off at one time.
It's also my wallpaper.
Yeah. And I'm gonna send it to their official Twitter. Like, I'll like hashtag them or something. I don't know, like publicly on Twitter just to, so
Dude.
everyone can see their reaction.
Koopa, you should just make a webtoon of Chainlock just murking people on the spot.
All right, I'm a let's go back to normal Chainlock, like his sick twisted actions, and while I color his eye, and so let's talk about other people, like who have you told about Chainlock? Like, have you guys ever told anyone else, and how did they react to his like the idea of him?
Okay, actually, this was when I sent you the art that I did of Bloodlock, and I was telling my friend about it because he was wondering what I was drawing, and so he started to draw it too, and he ended up not doing it because proportions suck, and he gave up. But like, I'm gonna try to get him to draw the Chainlock and submit it into the Twitter.
Well, that dark orange looks bad on it, but there's his eye. So unnecessarily detailed for literally something you can barely see.
Yep.
But getting his mask color to be consistent is the hardest thing I've ever done. It's dark grayish yellow, okay?
It's bone. It's a bone color.
I thought you were about to fill like the entire page.
When it really pauses like that, I get super stressed out for no reason.
Wait,
I'm just over here chilling and it's stressing me out, bro.
Why? Oh, I was on the top layer for that stupid Koopa.
like, what?
Alright, I just want to make sure I didn't. Bottom layer, then I color in. Now, so I've told a few people, and I custom ordered a shirt of Chainlock's face, and I'm gonna walk around, and people are just gonna like ask who's that, and I'm just gonna be like, you don't know who he is? You don't know this dude?
Chainlock the Terror.
No, like, I'm sorry, I just don't know who he is. I'm like, bro, y'all aren't even involved in pop culture. And just like, I'm just gonna like be so condescending. Be like pathetic. So, Suki, how about you? Have you been,
Not Chainlock specifically, Realm Alpha, yes.
what are some of the people's reactions to Realm Alpha, I guess?
More or less, just that's pretty cool. And then I think it was like one dude about some of the stuff that one of my characters had done, and they're just like, holy shit.
You can't say that on YouTube. You might offend someone.
I don't care. I don't give a rat's ass.
Why'd you say that in that voice?
I don't know.
Dude, you're so lucky I can't type in the comments. Otherwise, I'd just say rat's ass nifty 2021. 2022.
Yo, people watching this, quote him on that.
Please don't quote me on that.
Do it. Everybody post it on Twitter. Get him canceled.
Canceled.
Do
Doesn't
it.
care about YouTube.
Cancel me before I even have a chance to get going.
Just like before this one's famous. Like I'm pretty sure people are gonna go back on this and just like completely annihilate our reputations with the crap we've said here so far.
Rat's ass.
You said on March 16th, 2021, 10:42, I think Western time, 11:40 or 10:42, you said, and I quote, "Rat's ass."
Which is offensive to rats.
I
Are
feel
you
like
trying to insult furries?
I feel like if anything, they would go after what I said earlier about me. Just I'm totally here on my own free will.
Bro.
It's like conspiracy theory.
Hilarious.
Koopa and Suki kidnapped Nifty to do a podcast.
Wait, was it this one or was it the one before where we were talking about being in Koopa's house?
So we
was
did like an attempt one of
this
this,
one.
and like we had technical difficulties, and they were like, "Yo, we're inside your house." And to
Yeah,
be honest, I wouldn't have been shocked.
like Suki was under the stairs. I was just like,
Suki
and
was
I'm like,
Harry
bro,
Potter.
okay, get out from under the stairs, go forward a little bit, and go to the right, and that's the room I'm in. And he's like, I bet.
I literally muted just so that I can see if I could find anything to mimic footsteps, and I couldn't.
It's the most weird picture of chainlock I've drawn, but it's at the same time okay.
I don't even know what he's holding. Is he just like holding a magic wand?
Sure.
It's okay. I was
It's
thinking
like a
of
piece
metal
of rebar.
pipe.
It's like metal pipe or rebar or something like that.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, and like have just
So I'm gonna instead like completely like abandon this and like work on coloring another picture I drew of chainlock.
all right.
Fair enough. I have a way better picture I drew earlier today.
Oh, there's a comment I want to make so badly right now.
Look at this. Look at how cool this one is. This is the real. This is real G chainlock.
You're
So-
lucky I can't say shit, otherwise I would.
But you just shit.
You just
just
shit. Bro, you sound like the Tucker and Dale crew, just like walking up,
Vulcan? Vulcan?
doing the
Walk.
walk.
Yeah, we're walking up. Go.
Good job. That's offensive to walkers.
The orphan can go.
Dead.
Okay, I'm tired of running him into him in Hero Showdown, okay?
Alright. Skywalker, bro, yeah. We don't talk about him.
We don't talk about the orphan.
Y'all, you can't say we don't talk about him anymore without some white girl in the back of the class being like, we don't talk about Bruno. Like, we get it. You're basic and you own Disney Plus.
But
I just sacrificed my hand for that. Anyways.
So, finally, let's just go into Bloodlock before, So, Nifty, I'm pretty sure I know your answer, but what design do you think is cooler, Bloodlock or Chainlock?
okay. Well, again, I remember like what I had to add to Bloodlock, and like I really like his design. So like chainlock, of course I like chainlock's design. It's chainlock, but like my personal favorite character has been Bloodlock. Chainlock is a close second, though.
All right. So you think he has the best design? How about you, Suki?
Chainlock more personally for me, but is Shatter an option?
This is the Bloodlock versus Chainlock debate here.
Damn it. Chainlock.
What do you like more about Chainlock? What separates him from, you know?
One, his criminal record, and two, his actions. Chainlock is just a lot more
I
badass
mean,
to
we're
me.
talking about design here, not just
Oh,
you know.
design.
Yeah.
Neon blades go burr.
I overall like the aesthetic of Chainlock more. Like, his mask is cool as hell, and then, like, just the fact that he has arm spikes that he could probably just ram through you at any point, just yeeting you, is also pretty cool.
What do you like about Bloodlock's design?
Bloodlock's whole concept of the like the rags on his arm are pretty cool.
Neon blades go burr.
He has neon blades. How long have I been gone?
Dude,
Shall we
have
take a
you
look
not?
at Bloodlock before we finish this one?
Okay, Suki, I'm talking about in like the art for the soundtracks, you know?
All right, this is Bloodlock. We've all seen him a bit. There he is.
Mm-hmm. Also, yeah, just the like the bloody rags that he like in the concept that he's just eternally bleeding is pretty cool.
Yeah, and
So
that's what I had the most impact on for Bloodlock was the ability of his rags.
yeah.
That we'll get to that. Possibly.
So let's do Bloodlock origins before we continue on much else. So he's pretty much the second incarnation of Chainlock, in the sense that you're gonna have to play the game to know who he is, and that's kind of what we're doing. He's a mystery character. Like we'll give hints as to his identity, but we have introduced this character before. We like, you'll know who he is. You'll recognize him.
This is
But
the great thing
Bloodlock,
about being a dev.
yeah, the devs, we all know who he is. Well, most of them. I've kept this secret from a few devs that I know would just rat out. You gonna work, iPad? Okay, thank you.
Bro, I find it funny how this is technically Ender's game, yet he's had less to do with it than I have.
Pretty much. Now, Bloodlock, his origin is in the game. You kill his father, and he gets all pissy. And he's 15 years old during the events of the game, and he pretty much just becomes the angry emo kid. And he like goes after you, and this is gonna be like you'll see when. But then he finally gets his wish, and after Chainlock, of course the main villain, well, not main villain, but the main antagonist sort of type deal. Chainlock gets destroyed at the end, but not too much spoilers. It's kind of obvious. We all know the villain's gonna lose in the end, but not how. I'm not gonna tell you how. Again, you're gonna have to figure that out. But he gets destroyed, and like he is like, and our young character, angry about his father's death, finds Chainlock's old mask, puts it on, and is like, you know what? I'm gonna go after Macron personally. And he goes after him, and that's going to be a DLC. It's called the Bloodlock DLC, and you like in the early stages of the game, you're not going to hear anything, fighting and all that. It's just going to be like a normal stealth game. But the more you kill people, like every kill, you start to hear a voice, like telling you, rip them apart and all that. And it's obviously chain. What I didn't press anything. Okay, it's obviously chain lock. We all know that. So over the game, he gets more, let's say, more willing to speak, and it's just kind of this whole dynamic between the two, and eventually, him and Macron get in a fight in a burning factory. Again, not too much spoilers. Of course, the villain loses. It's obvious, and he gets knocked into a pit of fire. I'm not going to explain the fight or anything. Again, that is actual spoilers.
Yeah, and of course, all this is kind of just right now. That is our plan. It is not a guaranteed
Definition.
thing.
So he gets knocked into pretty much a pit of fire, and his skin melts off. Like he is completely consumed by this fire. And in his desperation, he grabs Chainlock's mask because it's been known to give him power. And his mask has been superheated and burnt, and slams it on his face. And the mask melts into his skin and like fully binds itself to his face. And I gotta go back to Bloodlock art, but here is so this mask that Bloodlock's wearing is the same as Chainlock's, but it's been melted and distorted to be a more serious, like sick, very. It's burnt, like it's been charred and like red and like blood soaked and all that. And so, long story short, Bloodlock survives his severe burns due to the power of the mask, and the mask is like permanently bound to him. But all his skin's melted off, so there's nothing keeping the blood in. So he's squirting blood out of him. Like he is constantly bleeding, like never ending. So he wraps his entire body in bandages to keep himself from like bleeding profusely. Here's just another art. It's not anything cool. It's just a really crappy image I made just to kind of get this idea. But yeah, he just has bandages all over his body, like pretty much a mummy is kind of what I was thinking of. And yeah, he's just got that whole. He's a much younger version of Chainlock, and he's a lot stronger. Like not right now, like now, pretty well. As you will see him, he's actually pretty weak. Like he is, pretty much just a very buff man in a mask. That's about it. But like in his like prime, in his like full form, Bloodlock is twice as strong as Chainlock. Why do I keep hitting the black? Like like in his when Bloodlock goes into his full prime, like he is able to get in a fight with Chainlock and he would win. And every evolution, every reincarnation is going to be stronger than the last one, and just Bloodlock's the more recent one. And that's just kind of the whole story of Bloodlock is and if you look at his design, you can go back in the stream. I'm not going to keep switching back and forth. He actually has two different colored eyes. One's yellow. Those are the colored eyes of our character. And the other are the Chainlock orange. And I thought a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde type thing, where one side Chainlock would take over and he would murder people. And the other side, the yellow side, is actually more merciful. Like he's more likely to spare your life. And it's just an interesting dynamic. You good there, my guy?
I dropped my phone.
All right. Well,
Suki, you still there? You haven't said anything in a while.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for Cooper to finish.
Okay.
so yeah, I've just been that's Bloodlock. He's everyone's favorite. I think he is one of the better designed characters. I mean, Chainlock's just iconic. Like he has that iconic design, like really recognizable.
Yeah. Okay. That was. I didn't really know how to say that because I didn't want to say he was nostalgic, but like he's the original.
You
He's
know,
the
he's
one who started it all, you know? So like technically it is nostalgic, but
the man behind the slaughter.
yeah.
It's been.
It's been so long.
But yeah, he Chainlock's the OG, and he's just really recognizable. Like you
Yeah.
could draw like the lines of his mask without the shape, and you would know it's him. And like you can do his shadow, and you would know it's him. Of course, for people that we've introduced to the game, not just like some random. You know who this is?
Yeah. Just be like, why is that 8 foot tall shadow lingering over me? Just people who know.
Yeah, boy.
Turns around and just sees the one glowing eye. It just, I'm screwed, aren't I?
Oh shit!
Oh
So
shit,
again,
man.
let's bring this back up. So I'm drawing Chainlock versus the entire cast of My Hero Academia, and I might show like some teaser frames I've made. But Chainlock, he gets very brutal very fast. Like he is super brutal in combat. Like he uses all of his limbs. And you know the scene in like Star Wars Clone Wars, like like the early Cartoon Network one, where Grievous grabs a clone's head and like crushes it.
Yeah.
Chainlock does that, but worse.
I feel like Chainlock in the final fight of the game should have just like a ton of like his own killing. My mind's going blank on words.
Like his like a personal death animation from him.
Yeah, he should have like multiple death animations.
Not for him, but for like you losing,
Yeah, that's what I meant. So like one, you can get your skull crushed in or impaled or have him literally Spartan kick a hole in your chest, Like there's so many things that you can have him do that would be so sick.
Because
I mean,
Chainlock is very unnaturally strong, in the sense that in one story, I'll tell you guys this in the lore, he can punch a planet out of orbit.
of course, his strength has to be dumbed down. I think you told me that.
So in the lore, there's a reason he can be defeated in the end in the game, because over time his body gets weaker. Because there has to be a new incarnation over time. But here's the comic: we have Bakugo getting like super angry, and just he's like, "I'm gonna kill you." Just grabs his face and slams him in down to the ground, and he's like doing the "you just got dunked on" pose.
That gets stomped on.
Mans is literally asserting dominance over Bakugo.
And then here's our very next frame, and I know, yes, the G is backwards. I noticed, and he's like, "Bakugo, no!"
Bakugan, go!
And he's like, "Such rage, you'll make such a good Shiere. Now bleed." Bakugo, or I'm sorry, and he just snaps his neck before he can even finish anything. I just had too much fun, like giving like these really nice characters, like these loved characters, just the most brutal and unnecessary deaths physically possible.
Show them.
Do you?
If you want to, pull up the one that you gave me for my lock screen.
Yeah,
So I
pull up
gave
the
you
Deku
two.
one.
Okay, Deku one. So there's two different ones. Here's one of him like being, "You'll die here. You'll lose this fight," and boom, like does a super powered move and just gets impaled.
Yep.
Shinlock just easily impales him, and it's just the greatest thing ever.
Welcome to my lock screen, everybody. My wallpaper of sorts.
I think I'm gonna change my lock screen to the Bakugo one.
There's female Shatter. Suki's
We don't
favorite.
talk about female Shatter.
You've been torturing it with me, or you've been torturing me with it for like
Here's
the
Suki's
past.
favorite wallpaper.
Yo, hold up. I got a screenshot real quick. Hold up.
Yeah, send that to me. That looks sick.
Yeah, that was the first thing I drew, and I'm like, you know what? We need a comic of him just taking on the entire
See,
cast.
this is what I mean. You should make like a webtoon
I think I broke it.
of like all of these different types of killings, or like I don't know.
Him doing random things.
Yeah,
Or there should be like a web series we can do of him just taking on like the strongest heroes and characters you can think of.
yeah. So like, have them take on people like Cell from Dragon Ball, or like stuff like that. Just really everybody, and just watch them get absolutely demolished.
And always just make it like super nice characters too.
Yeah.
Okay, then don't do Cell. He ain't nice. He literally beat the shit out of an 11-year-old.
And maybe we can do something like that with even like really rude characters and just make their deaths like super brutal. Just,
Yeah, just make it super satisfying.
Like they'll be talking like Bakugo like before in the frame before I haven't drawn it. Bakugo just like starts talking serious shit, and then he has like that sick smile, and then just Chainlock just grabs him with his foot with like such ease and precision. It's just like you talk mad shit for someone within foot grabbing distance.
Or like you can have one of the webtoon episodes be Chainlock being in Universal and showing that whole experience,
Or just being and like chilling out, and he would go to Disneyland and the whole dynamic is Shatter, like he's quiet but takes his job seriously. Chainlock pretty much sometimes just acts like a stepdad, like trying to be overly cool. Like he can be like he just tries to be like he does the why hello fellow kid, why hello fellow children.
I think
And Shatter's just gonna be like, sir, please put the child down. We don't have time for this.
you don't have time for this shit, man.
Can Lord Chainlock, can you like put the baby down? We don't have time.
Put the child down.
We gotta go assassin. Assassin? You have to go assassinate this like one dude who's about to fuck shit up. And it's like, you're over here trying to kill a child.
And Chainlock's response will be like, I'm trying to create the new Batman here, okay?
Yeah, we've been missing out on some of them movies recently, haven't we?
Bro, the new Batman though. Oh.
I haven't seen it. I want to though.
It's super good. You good there?
I've just been remembering the memes I've been seeing of the song that's played in that movie, and it's just, there's something in my ass.
I'm sorry, what?
There's something in my...
Usually it's just, it was a song written by Nirvana. It's like, there's something in the way, but then people just edited it to just say, there's something in my ass.
I'm about to shit my pants, got no time to talk. It's alright, it's okay.
No, the song
Stay on my way.
isn't it like you can tell by the way I
I'm about to shit my pants, got no time to talk.
Imagine Chainlock doing that on his
Yeah.
way to go
My
kill the
butt
head
feels
chairman.
mighty.
So
Imagine.
Chainlock, his model, I'm still working on it. It has a property of Dead King on his ass plate.
Oh,
Like,
I
like the
might be
property.
able, Koopa. I might be able to get somebody to like 3D animate this.
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm gonna have to talk to him about it. But would that be something you would be interested in?
sure, why not?
I
All right, I started on shading. I think it looks bad.
Nah, it looks great.
Bear in mind, I can't even draw a circle, motherfucker.
Hey, yo,
I know, I dropped the F bomb. We get it, YouTube.
we can only have one more, and then we won't get our PG-13 rating. Nifty
Flapjacks.
flapjack. Just say it in the most angry tone. Flapjacks.
Flapjacks.
Fiddlesticks.
I just thought of something. Like one time, like I was in like a game show type thing at my school, and I was asked what would Robin say, and this was during the practice. I didn't do this on live TV, and I did, and they're like say something bad. Robin would say to Batman when Joker stole his girlfriend, and I legit thought it was a great, and I just like yelled this out. Fucking fiddlesticks, Batman! Joker stole your hoe. And all the teachers just like start hysterically laughing, like they can't breathe.
Oh, I'm sorry, man. What the hell?
Oh, I like how off track we got from that.
Yeah, Chainlock ripped this dude's spine out, and it's like,
Just flapjacks.
Gee, Batman. Gee, Joker stole your hoe.
Freaking Riddlesticks, Batman! Joker stole your hoe. Joker getting more ass than you are.
Do you think Boyd is still just watching this? Do you think he's been watching this for the past hour?
He's probably stopped paying attention.
The only thing he commented was just Zum.
Somebody once told me.
Dude, we have been doing this for an hour. We probably should stop for you now.
We're almost done with the complete, saga year. This has become one of the. I think this is a great first episode.
Oh yeah.
Is talking about our main villain, and this is the energy of Chainlock. He takes himself seriously, but at the same time knows how to have fun and just like screw around.
Yeah. If the G Fiddlesticks line isn't in the game, I'm gonna be mad. Okay.
Just one of Chainlock's death animations for when he kills you is just great fiddlesticks, Batman. Yeah, he's the Joker. He's taking your life.
It's just G Fiddlesticks, Macron. I'm stealing your hoe.
Yes.
So one of the voice lines for Chainlock, I've made them Chainlock's voice lines are super savage. Like Chainlock, like Macron will yell at Chainlock as a voice line, "I'll send you to hell, demon." And Chainlock's response, and I crap you not, is, "You want me to say hi to your family while I'm there?"
Oh my god, are you reading it off the lore doc right now?
Like
Nah.
some of the crap that Chainlock talks is just like, and thing is, he can back it up. He can send you to hell.
Didn't he? Okay, you know what? Actually, I'm gonna keep my mouth shut.
Dude, I'm so excited for this game.
I know,
Like,
seriously.
I can't wait until we actually have some gameplay.
Bro, I'm still working on the trailer. I've shown that on my personal Twitter
Yeah,
because
I know.
it's not official. And the trailer so far, I've basically based it off an anime opening.
Yeah, I got that.
I'm just waiting for the one dude to try to play the Death Note opening over it somehow.
Bro.
That. Oh,
So let's talk here. Who would win in a fist fight, Saitama or Chainlog? Like, and both are at full power.
depends on
Chain
who
lock.
universe it's in.
Whatever. It's just a neutral verse, so it's like Chain Lock would throw hands with Saitama and probably win.
Yeah. See, okay, that's the
Because
thing.
Saitama can't beat death itself. Because, yeah, Saitama's going to destroy his body multiple times, but he's going to come back. Chainlock's he's literally the entirety of the meme, you fool, I have 70 alternative accounts.
But see, that's the thing about Goku versus Saitama. If it is in the One Punch Man universe and Saitama's abilities are, active in his universe, then Saitama will win. In like a neutral universe or in a universe of Dragon Ball, Goku would win. It really just depends on what universe they're in.
Yeah, and it's not even because Saitama's like a gag character either. It's just because Goku can't really use his abilities in the One Punch Man universe because they don't have ki. Goku would literally just be one big ass beat stick of a man.
That has been training martial arts all of his life. But still, yes, if it was in the
But the
one,
difference is Chainlock doesn't, rely. And this is something I literally bring up in like the comic of him versus My Hero Academia. He's like he doesn't rely on his powers. He has his own personal brute strength is what can win him a fight. Again, he doesn't use his power. His personal brute strength is what he's able to do to punch a planet out of orbit. Yeah, he does have the power to literally like shoot fire out of his mouth, and pretty much he can just like he has like any basic power, demonic power, control fire and all that. But he doesn't rely on that. He doesn't need it to win. He just uses it when he feels like it. It's kind of like the destroy all humans idea. Yeah, you can beat the entire game just using telekinesis, but you want to do more. You want to Chainlock wants to have more fun with this. He wants to, annihilate people with fire and an army of, robotic death soldiers.
That are quite literally described as being immortal.
And Chainlock is basically immortal in the sense that he's gonna come back, and he's more of a metaphorical concept of death than anything, and the whole story hinges on that idea. And Chainlock's final boss theme is gonna be called Life versus Death.
that sounds pretty cool, actually.
All right, there's my Chainlock art.
Nice.
It's
Glorious.
So let's wrap this up. So these are our first round of devs.
Yep.
And they're just watching this being offended.
Ender doesn't do anything for the project. What do you mean? Dude, I do more for the project than Ender does.
I mean, true. But still, you just be watching this offended.
What do you mean? If he's watching this, then Ender, answer your damn phone once in a while.
Anyway, let's wrap this up.
Anyway, it has been a great first episode. I bid you guys farewell. Shatter will be epic. Indeed. Okay, bye.
So I realized this whole time my mic was unmuted or muted due to my browser disconnecting. But I don't know how long it was. Uh, but great. I don't
We're
know.
still live.
Yeah, I know. But like, mm, hopefully it's hopefully it didn't. We didn't get rid of like 90% of the dialogue we've had.
That would be funny as hell, but like also heartbreaking.
I know, genuinely. Like,
How
I would
else is
genuinely be depressed if like 90% of our audio was screwed up. But we kind of just explain the lore. Hope I'll check over the stream and then I'll probably have to edit it if it didn't work.
yeah?
But
How else are people gonna laugh if they don't hear there's something in my ass?
yeah, or the Robin joke. But yeah, that's chainlock. I hopefully the rest of the thing worked. But I'm lead dev Koopa. Next week we're probably gonna get or tomorrow. Hopefully tomorrow we'll get Ender in. And
Yes.
that's goodbye from Koopa. Suki said goodbye, and already Nifty's gone.
Nifty has abandoned us.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.